Well, Christopher Nunley is here, so we were both in town for the craziness a couple weeks ago, and now things have simmered down a bit.
They've simmered down briefly. We
Okay.
saw some of the sunnier skies, lack of precipitation, calm winds, but that's already starting to change right now. Christine, big storm system we are keeping a close eye on. This is a few hundred miles off of the west coast, and this big system right here is going to really impact our weather in the form of some wind. Most of the precipitation and atmospheric river to our south for parts of Oregon and especially California. You're going to see that moisture uptick, some flooding issues for parts of California, but we're not going to see the moisture aspect of this. We're dealing with the winds. As the system scoots off to the north-northeast, this is going to create a strong offshore wind, and that's going to prompt wind advisories for parts of western Washington. This is for the eastern Puget Sound lowlands into the Cascade foothills, where we have that wind advisory. Also out along the Washington coast, strong easterly winds sustained at about, say, 25 to 40 miles per hour throughout the day into the overnight hours. And some of the winds could gust between 50 to 55 miles per hour, especially in some of those gap areas and then out along the coast. So this is going to create some minor issues in terms of the lawn furniture, the trash cans getting blown around. Make sure you go ahead and secure them. There could also be some isolated power outages. This continues throughout the day into early tomorrow morning, expiring around 4 a.m. Now, the winds right now are sustained, elevated between, say, 20 to 25 miles per hour for the Cascade foothills. Notice some of those red and orange colors, some of those strongest sustained winds, and then out along the coast, seeing some of the stronger winds. And the gusts are already gusting up to 40 miles per hour in Hoquiam. Now, Seattle 21 miles per hour, but this is actually at SeaTac, so just to the south of downtown. It's pretty calm in downtown Seattle, but as you work your way toward SeaTac, Kent, Renton, that's where we're seeing some of those stronger wind gusts. Also 24 mile per hour wind gust in Everett. The wind sustained at SeaTac, 13 miles per hour, but you can see here in Seattle, the trees there not really moving around. We're pretty calm in Seattle, 49 degrees, so a pretty mild day. Those elevated winds keeping those temperatures on the milder side. 51 in Renton, good early afternoon. Everett, 47 degrees, a little bit colder for central parts of Washington, as you'd expect, with temperatures ranging from the mid-20s into the lower 30s. Now, the highs this afternoon are going to be really where we should be this time of the year. The average high 47 in Seattle. We're going to hit 47 degrees, 50 in Renton. So temperatures really not too bad. Isolated showers increase later on tonight into tomorrow morning, but not expected to be a big precipitation event. Mainly going to be that wind that really actually increases overnight into early tomorrow morning. You can see this is early tomorrow morning around 2 a.m. Notice some of those stronger wind gusts near the gap areas. This will mainly be south of downtown Seattle, so the Cascade foothills, and then out near the coast, seeing some of those wind gusts, say between 40 to, in some cases, isolated 55 mile per hour wind gusts. And then those winds gradually die down tomorrow morning by around 4 a.m. That's when that wind advisory expires, and we see those winds start to relax throughout the day. Precipitation starts to increase. This is around 4 p.m. Southwest interior working its way up I-5 towards Seattle, 6 p.m. Evening commute could be wet. Heaviest activity is going to be to the west of Puget Sound, and as you work your way toward I-5, a little bit drier for Tacoma, Seattle, and Everett. Again, spot showers possible, but most of that precipitation is going to be just to the west and obviously off to the southwest. 7-day forecast. We are pretty mild Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday. Temperatures in the lower 50s, so a little bit above that seasonal average.